right. That was the Leviathan DLC. Pretty interesting stuff. Very interesting. Let's go to the codex here and check this out. The Darkness Breach, Leviathan's Secrets. Okay, well, didn't I get a non-council thing?
In the early 2160s, the Alliance...
No, it's not. Non-council races Leviathan. Essentially, nothing was known of the aquatic species dubbed Leviathans before Commander Shepard's report to Task Force Aurora. No record of their species' true name exists. No ruins are attributed to their civilization, and no influence on other races has been recorded. The task force can only conjecture based on the limited information provided by Shepard. Their current world is unlikely their home world, so it is surmised that the Leviathans mastered technology and spaceflight despite their immense size and aquatic nature. Their ability to communicate with and mentally dominate land-based sapients would have been a necessary step, and so whatever homeworld the Leviathans hail from would have included a thrall species whose civilization served their purposes. Presumably, their bodies can withstand both the extreme pressure of the depths and the lesser pressure of a coastal area where they might come into contact with these thralls. Transporting a creature the size of the Leviathan into space would have been a significant engineering challenge. It is likely they used Ezo for ease of travel, as Hanar do, and employed cybernetic filtration to breathe air as well as oxygenated water. It is unknown if the Leviathans have modified themselves with the equivalent of a biotic amplifier, but it seems probable. The faster-than-light communication of their pulses would require precise control previously unknown to modern science. One can only guess at the innovations of the species, and the Leviathans are volunteering no such information. Wow. 75 war assets then. You just know why they look like Reapers. Mothman says, that was pretty sweet. Huge lore info. Remington says, so Reapers are just Geth. Just, in the fact that they were built and then they were fighting against their creators, I guess. So, Leviathans were first and then Reapers. Interesting. That definitely was a huge lore DLC for sure. And we've got a bunch of these things to read there. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. What do the war assets look like? Alien, okay. Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be in here. Leviathan Enthrallment Team, 400. A mixed species team of special operations soldiers have volunteered to covertly deliver Leviathan artifacts behind enemy lines. These attacks aim to make Reaper creatures thralls of the Leviathans. On a small scale, this could cause chaos and disruption. On a large scale, and if given enough time, it could form an army of Reaper creatures dedicated to exterminating their own kind. The team's major limiting factors are the small number of artifacts and the reluctance of Alliance commanders to operate openly with such a potent weapon for fear the Reapers might develop a countermeasure. Leviathans, I just gotta say, you know, I'm sorry about destroying your artifacts on the ship. It was my fault, but I destroyed them all. So I'm sorry about that. And then this stuff is just like things that we found. Dr. Ann Bryson. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Mothman says the intelligence was the first advanced AI, not the Reapers. Got it. Husk neural map. Crucible. I'll definitely take a look at the wiki here after we finish this. 25 Koreans. Dextro rations. Okay. So our military strength is pretty good. Pretty high. I wonder what everyone says about the Leviathans. So that DLC is now done. So all that's left is this communications hub, and then we've got the Citadel DLC, which we'll do a little bit later. I think we find this here. So I think for the rest of the stream, we'll probably do this, and then we'll probably do the Horizon priority mission. And then after that, we have to finish up everything, like scanning, any other side missions, before we do the Citadel DLC, and then the finale of the game there, or whatever. Mothman says, I don't know why they were making a human Reaper in Mass Effect 2 then. Every other one was made to look like Leviathans. I think the reason it was human is because it was harvesting only organics. And I think that was the time where they were like, yeah, whatever they harvest, that's what the Reaper looks like. So they were just doing nothing but humans. That's what the collectors were doing. They were just abducting people and turning them into paste and injecting it into that human Reaper. So that's why it looked human, I guess. Vera Torex, what's going on? Hey, did you by any chance play Mass Effect 1 and 2 before this? Yes, yeah. We started our Mass Effect trilogy run on February 1st, and we've been playing through all the games since then, so. And we did all the DLCs as well. Except the only one we have left to do is the Citadel DLC, but yeah. Remington says, yeah, that's weird. You think there would be a Prothean Reaper? Look, I want to see a Hanar Reaper, or you know, an Elcor Reaper. That'd be kind of cool. All right, so no one literally says anything here. Go to the cockpit here. I think the reason was from what I heard was that they thought the human were worthy enough to make a Reaper image of the human, I think. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that the reason it was a human Reaper was because that's all they were using. They weren't using any other species or whatever.
Commander?
I think.
So the Reapers did not fully exterminate their creators. That suggests they are fallible, even on large or long-term scales.
What are you thinking about, Edie?
The holographic theory of existence posits we are just two-dimensional information painted on the cosmological horizon. However, the holographic consciousness I recognize as myself is only able to perceive matter and energy. Thus, I am able to theorize the true nature of existence but never experience it. Possibly even the Reapers are limited this way.
Okay. Bad question.
Hello, Shepard.
Alright, let's talk with the team and see what we got going on here. I guess I could take a look at the wiki and just kind of see what it says there. Maybe the whole Mass Effect 2 thing was a fresh idea Reapers had. They did use collectors to kidnap, which were Protheans. Let's see, we don't have any emails either. Alright. Let's see here. Scan locations. Nah, skip that. Desponia, Leviathan. Into the deep. Writing thing. Uh-huh. The entity you're talking to details its reasons for staying clear of the war, gives you an outline of its race's history, and you can ask it questions critical to the story. When that's done, Leviathan declares that you must remain with them until the Reapers harvest the rest. Your job as Commander Shepard to convince it otherwise. So anyways, that's all that. Just the different logs that we read on the ship, and that's it. Is there like a thing on here that's just like Leviathan? Yeah. Leviathans are an ancient aquatic race that dominated the galaxy in time before the Reapers. Wow, they got all kinds of stuff. They got biology, they got history, they got all kinds of stuff on here. Don't know how much you want to read, but that's crazy. That's pretty cool. Might have to read that. But yeah, there's a Leviathan page on the Mass Effect wiki. It has all that stuff on there. That's pretty interesting. That was a good DLC. Definitely different, very different from Omega. But it was a good DLC. Hayden, what's up, man?
Nice to have everyone back on dry land, so to speak. You know, whenever we discover something amazing like that, I wonder what else might be out there. Or even right under our noses.
The Kraken.
Hey, Shepard.
Veratorix says they never met someone like Commander Shepard before, so they thought the humans were worthy enough to made a Reaper image of a human. I mean, this cycle has been going on millions and millions of years. If what you say is true, then why didn't they do with any of the other races? Do with any of the other races in the past cycle, like the Prothean? Nobody went so deep into this before. These are deep conversations, man. I love it. Moffin says their image is made of metal. They can make it look any way they want. The fact that Harbinger look like the Leviathans is merely a tribute. Well, there you go. So it's not whatever they consume, then. Not like if we strictly consume Volus, it's a Volus Reaper. That's out the window.
Hello, Commander.
Okay, what does dominate say? Let's see this. This was something you get in Mass Effect 2 if you let Samara die and get Morinith instead. Disrupt the synaptic harmonics of an organic brain so it can't differentiate between friend and foe. A single affected target will fight on your side for a short time. Targets grow resistant to the power over time. Might be kind of cool to swap that out. 'Cause right now we've been using the lash bonus, so maybe it's time to swap it out for something else. Like Flare or Dominate or something like that would be kind of cool. Power swap time? Yeah, we could probably do that.
Shepard, I looked over your mission report. Gotta say, it feels like we've been after these Reapers forever.
Let's finish up
From
this, though.
Sovereign to Leviathan, they've been a pain in the ass the whole time. But at least we're starting to see the big picture. Never really thought we'd get any answers. Doesn't change much, but it does make this war feel a whole lot bigger. Maybe later.
Maybe later. Sassy Queen says, swap powers? Yeah, we'll do it after we finish with Liara here. Moffin says, so it's AI hacking for organics. Pretty much, yeah.
At your service.
Don't have any intel.
I'm glad you made it back. And I'd appreciate it if you'd avoided talking to... I don't want any tentacled creature inside your mind. Except me.
Oh. She had to make that comment, right?
Hello again.
That's funny. I don't know. I kind of liked Leviathan in my mind. All right, chat. Let's give you some options here. So we've already used decoy, defense drone, energy drain. We used Reeve for a little bit. We used Lash, which isn't on here right now. So what do we think? Dominate or Flare? What are we thinking here? Veritorix says, so you romance Liara in Mass Effect 1 and 2? I romanced Liara in Mass Effect 1. In Mass Effect 2, since she wasn't really a major part of it until you played the Shadow Broker DLC, I went with Tali in Mass Effect 2. And then in Mass Effect 3, we're romancing Liara. Because I've never romanced Liara before. Never played any of the DLC in Mass Effect 3, sadly. Yeah, and I can see why, because like you have the DLC. First of all, never goes on sale, so I paid for about 50-something bucks for all the DLC. So I could see why people wouldn't play it. But From Ashes is pretty good because you get Javik, who's a Prothean. Omega has been fun. Leviathan, you just saw right now. The last remaining one is the Citadel DLC, which in some cases might be the best for a lot of people. Assassin Queen says, sounds like Liara's a little jealous. Remington says, Inferno Grenade, more things to go boom. Veritorix says, Flare sounds really fun. Assassin Queen says, Flare. Alright, we're doing Flare. We'll probably switch it out after a couple of missions or before we do the final mission, but we'll go ahead and do Flare for now. I read a comic of how the Citadel DLC all happens. Really? Didn't know they had a DLC. A comic for a DLC. That's interesting. Damn you, chat, says Remington. It's fine, man. You still got a chance. Although, if we really like Flare, we'll just use it until we beat the game. But we still got some stuff to do. We got a priority mission to do, Citadel DLC, and then, you know, the final stretch of the game. So you got time. Let's go ahead and get all this up. The lair. Increase damage and force. Impact radius. Recharge speed. Impact radius. I think we'll take radius this time. Recharge speed. Otherwise it's 16 seconds. Detonate. Increase force, damage, and impact radius of combo detonations by 50%. Ooh. I think I want the recharge. And then for this one, we'll take increased damage done to shields and barriers. We'll do that. Damage isn't really that high, but the recharge speed on this thing is going to be huge. 16 seconds is a long time. But we got under 13, so that should be bad. Alright, let's go down to engineering, then shuttle, and then we'll get started with another mission here. They have a few comics of Mass Effect, like The Elusive Man's Past. I'm intrigued on that one. Like what happened between Mass Effect 1 and 2 of what Liara was doing. Remington says, I miss Mass Effect 1 Liara. She was so shy, and now she's all like, Shep, I want my tentacles in you. Well, like I said, man, like she changed. Basically, she was kind of like this innocent sort of schoolgirl in Mass Effect 1, and then we went through a bunch of stuff, and she has definitely changed and grown as a person.
Commander.
But yeah. I know you missed the Mass Effect 1 innocent, Liara. Aratoric says, my favorite character was mostly Garrus and Tali, so I didn't mind too much, but you could see Liara again in the Shadow Broker. Remington says, Tali is mine.
Okay, toughest mission.
Horizon.
No fair, I hadn't joined up with you yet.
Fine, the Dead Reaper then.
Really? The husks just ran up to us.
Have you ever noticed that I carry a sniper rifle? You're the one who likes things at short range.
And you prefer to keep everything at a distance.
Exactly. Wait, what?
Creepiest thing we fought.
The Thorian. But wait, what did you mean?
I didn't mean anything. I'm going with the Rachni.
The Queen? But we didn't fight her either time.
No, the little ones. They look like spiders and they scuttle right toward you.
I thought you liked it when things got up close and personal.
I guess it depends on who it is.
There's a lot of flirtation in those lines. Yeah, I have a clip on my channel somewhere of Tali being so scared about spiders in on the Rachni mission in Mass Effect 3.
So we have Leviathan. I hope it stays on our side. Hey.
Hey.
Commander.
Nothing to report.
Shepard.
Okay. Oh, Mike dumped her. That is true. I did. I wasn't satisfied with that romance scene in Mass Effect 2. And the fact that you don't see her face, I mean, that's kind of a big, like, letdown in itself. I didn't want to be let down again, so we switched to Liara this time around.
For one who claims to be an expert on my people, your Asari knows very little.
Hey.
Your Asari continues to question me. I'm beginning to wish her kind had never learned to talk. Commander.
I'm gonna throw you out the airlock, Javik. Know that. Alright, let's go check the shuttle bay, and then we're good here. Aratoric says, want to know something interesting, Mike? In Mass Effect 2, if you somehow let every single person die in the suicide mission, you die as well and can't transfer the save to Mass Effect 3. I may have heard that before, but I didn't know that, like, they don't allow you to transfer the save. I heard about that everyone can die, including yourself, but that's really interesting. Well, then how does it work then? If you go to Mass Effect 3 and you just start it as if you didn't play the first two, or what? How does that work? Pretty wild, man.
Can't say I was happy sending you down in that submersible by yourself. Don't know why I ever worry about you. Take on ancient aliens from the deep? Sure, no problem.
Commander?
I'm really excited to see how the ending and all the things that we've done affect you know, sort of the final couple missions here. And then after we're done with that, then we're gonna get ready to start Mass Effect Andromeda. See how that goes.
With the Leviathan on our side, maybe we pull this thing off after all.
Maybe, James.
At least Anne's still around to see her dad's work finally pay off.
Hey. That's it. Literally it. Can't transfer Mass Effect 3 because you're practically dead. You just don't. So, it would be funny if... Okay, so let's say you get the bad ending for Mass Effect 2, right? And then you go to start Mass Effect 3 because you bought it and everything. And then it's like, oh, you can't play this game. You died. You're going to have to play Mass Effect 2 all over again before you can touch 3. That would have been funny. They definitely would not do that, though, because that would be so bad. You just have to play Mass Effect 3 as a new start or start all over. Yikes. Don't expect Cerberus to revive you again. That's true. Assassin Queen says, if you keep a romance with Tali in Mass Effect 3, you get a picture of her without her helmet in your quarters. That's it? That's lame, kind of. Remington says, the long game payoff. I know, man. Did not know that. I don't know if I want to buy things. I don't think we really need to buy things. Well, anyways, let's check out our cabin, and then we can do some stuffs. Oh, hi. Hi. Yeah, hello to you too. My personal greeter. Nothing there. Get rid of that crap gun for sure. Oh, that's right, yeah. Yeah, for sure we can do that. I love the Black Widow. I love the impact and recoil you get every time you take. Feels so satisfying. Well, I've got potato aim, so I haven't really used sniper rifles in any of these playthroughs. The hell is that? It's an experiment from the Leviathan DLC. Yeah, it's a husk. It's the head of a husk. Assassin Queen says, use the experiment with the hamster. No, rude. We can't let this little hamster die. Come on. Look at him. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He actually... I see what you're saying, Assassin Queen. I see what you're saying. I didn't know that this thing triggers. I got it. That's cool. Pretty cool. Creepy. Can you imagine it screams out of nowhere while you sleep? Or how about this? It's your alarm clock. Yeah. No. If Liara ever comes up to my cabin, we gotta take that thing out of there. That's not good. Alright, let's change that crap weapon and then we'll start something. Poor hamster, call PETA. That's a crap weapon. Valkyrie has been a really good weapon. I think we'll use that one again. I want to use a different shotgun. Like, I would like to use this thing. I don't know how well it is. I don't know if I want to spend money on this thing. You're gonna increase the accuracy, but that's not really gonna help too much. Lols, that's great. I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade this shotgun a couple of times here. The Argus. I don't really think it really helps the weight too much, but we're a Sentinel, so we're using a lot of biotics and tech powers, so we don't really focus too much on like the weapons and stuff. Man, I don't know, 18% recharge? I don't know about that. Guess we'll just have to use it for a little bit because I want to check out that shotgun. Alright, do we want to change our outfit here? Inferno armor. Terminus armor? I mean, this looks really cool. We need to wear it. I don't know if this is the time, though. When I was a Vanguard, I just elbow people to death. more than I ever shot a gun. Yeah, we played, I guess we'll just keep the same outfit. We played a Vanguard in Mass Effect 1. Mass Effect 2, we played an Adept, and then we're playing a Sentinel in this one. So the only ones I didn't play were Engineer and Infiltrator. But I've played Soldier when I originally played through these games many years ago. Alright.